Hey, greetings out there, YouTube viewers and Crack Noel fans. Tonight I'm doing something very different. I'm doing my first ever album review. This review is on Pink Floyd's 1972 soundtrack album, Obscured by Clouds. Here we go. Interesting cover art there by Storm Thorgerson. Picture of blurry rain from the movie. This is actually a soundtrack album from for a foreign film called La Valley. This was made in 1972. I'm not going to talk about the movie. I'm not really going to go into that. I'm going just purely for the music on this album. Also, one other thing I want to show you that I'll get to the review is check out this really rare Pink Floyd shirt I've got. It's the Obscured by Cloud shirt. You cannot get this shirt anymore. It's came out in I think '99, part of the Millennium Edition, and back. I don't know if you can see the back that well or not. Okay. But it's a very rare shirt. It's very hard to find, and I'm very happy that I got this. Now this video is actually dedicated. I want to dedicate this to Tyler, who is better known as Sir All About Music now. He's got a YouTube channel where he does album reviews, and he's done the Pink Floyd discography from The Piper at the Gates of Dawn so far all the way up to the final cut. And he wasn't too sure if he was going to do the soundtrack albums. They have two soundtrack albums. They have More and this one. And then there's also Zabriskie Point, which is a various artist soundtrack. They have like I think 3 songs on that. But I told him I'll do the soundtrack for Obscured by Clouds, because this is a very obscured album, no pun intended, but should not be ignored. This is something I really recommend to a lot of Pink Floyd fans who have not heard it. It starts off with 2 instrumentals. Obscured by Clouds is how the track that we're listening to now, and When You're In. And it starts off very kind of, well, first of all, let me say it was recorded in between Metal and The Dark Side of the Moon. And from what I remember, they started on The Dark Side of the Moon, but were asked to do the soundtrack, so they put Dark Side on hold, recorded the soundtrack, and then got back to Dark Side of the Moon. This, to me, sounds like a mixture of, like, I can hear elements of Metal in this, and I can hear elements of The Dark Side of the Moon. It's just, but it starts off, like I said, with 2 instrumentals. The second one, which is coming on right now, When You're In, is a real kind of somewhat bluesy type, just real rocker number. It's real good. The drumming is really good on this. It's got some of Nick Mason's best drumming on it. Burning Bridges comes in, and that's like a very kind of ballady type, acoustic driven number. With vocals shared by both David Gilmour and Richard Wright. The Gold That's In Me is a really great song. It's one that's real, come on my fellas. It's got some really good chord structures in it. It's a good rocker, and just really like the dynamics of where that one's going. And What's the Deal? It's a real laid back number. Just has a nice flow to it. Another Gilmour song, one that he wrote. Then we go into another instrumental, which is Mudman. Mudman is real, like, stoner rock, very much so. Very much on the lines of laid back with a nice glass of lemonade and just watch the colors in the sky as you're listening to this. It's just real nice grooving one. Childhood's End's a nice rocker. I like it's, well, I shouldn't say it's a rocker. It is, but it's kind of real. It's one of the slower ones on the album, but it's real. It's got a nice driving drum beat, and everything just fits into place with Childhood's End. One of my favorites on this album. Free 4 is the lone Roger Waters song that he sings on, which has to do with. That was the first song I believe he wrote about his father being in the war, dying in the war. And it's kind of a weird song. It's a depressing song, but it's got this kind of happy vibe to it. Like the music sounds very happy. There's this weird keyboard sound that Rick Wright does in it. It's just it's like a very sing-along type song. But it's sad because it's about his father dying. Stay is very mellow, real laid back piece. Not really one of my favorites on there. And then Absolutely Curtains is the closer. It's another instrumental, which is interesting at the end because it's got the tribe, like this South African tribe or whoever they are, doing this chant at the end. The whole thing is basically a build-up. The whole song of Absolutely Curtains is a build-up. It just builds up, and then finally you'll hear the cymbal crash and this weird keyboard sound or this little scream or whatever, and then that's it. Then you hear the tribe chanting, and that's the end of that song. So this is actually one of the lesser-known Pink Floyd albums. The only real people that know about this album or really even own this album are the diehard Pink Floyd fans like myself. But I truly think everyone, if you're fans of metal up through the wall, I would definitely say get this album. It's a great record. It's unfairly ignored. If I had to like give this a grade or anything, what I would grade this, I would give this a solid A. I'd say this album gets an A. It's pretty flowy. It's a little, the flow is a little shaky, but it does work for what it is, for what the album is. Fans of metal, I would say, would like this. In my opinion, this is a little bit better than metal. Metal was kind of like what Tyler was saying. It's a little shaky, and it's got some great moments, and it's got some weird moments. This one I say is a little bit better than metal. This is probably in my top 5 favorite Pink Floyd albums. But yeah, it's a great record, and my grade on this is an A. I give this an A, and also thank you for watching the video. And I definitely recommend you check out Swirl About Music's videos if you haven't already. Subscribe to his channel. I put the link with this video, and he's not only has he done a Pink Floyd discography, he's also done stuff like Smashing Pumpkins and R.E.M., but he also just does various albums. He's done, just various albums, really great albums like Nevermind the Bollocks and Energy by Operation Ivy, Nevermind or Nirvana. Just, interesting albums. And he also does stuff like Questions of the Week, which are always fun. Right now, the Question of the Week's up to what's your favorite debut album or whatever, and he's got I think 540 subs so far, so definitely sub to him. He's definitely the best. He knows what he's talking about. He knows how to word things. He's definitely the best video reviewer I've seen on YouTube. So, yeah. So this is Steven Stormwood giving the review for Pink Floyd's Obscured by Clouds. Great album. Great. Love it. One of the Pink Floyd masterpieces. Pick it up. And also stay tuned for more Crack in the Wall videos. Coming up, we have a show April 8th coming up at the Parlor. And you'll see a new video up here soon. So I don't know if I'll do any more video reviews or not, but this was just something because I did this because I didn't know that if Tyler was going to get to the soundtracks or not. But anyway, there's my video review. Have a good night, and stay tuned for future Crack 'Em All videos. Thanks.